So we've established that management and leadership is not an easy task. Many of the current leaders cannot sleep very well because the challenges are novel, are difficult, intractable in many ways. And unfortunately, for managers at this point, for those people that are leading organizations, all types of organizations, the challenges are multiple. They emerge on multiple levels. We're going to walk through a system in which maybe we can make sense of them. Okay? So I would say that there are system level challenges. And many of those challenges relate to, for example, environmental sustainability. The possibility of business activity to be destructive or move from being destructive to being healing, restorative, regenerative. That is a huge challenge, starting from agriculture and the food system and how we use soil, to how we use energy, to the way that we grow things, eat things, recycle them, reuse them, and create a circular system, a circular economy. Those are all system level challenges, and I call them challenges of the environment that have emerged over time and become ever more potent. Because social legitimacy, societal legitimacy, comes from how an organization is seen as either contributing or not contributing to the common good, meaning a safe environment, a healthy and stable environment. We're moving further and further away, so the scientists say, of this prospect. So the pressure is increasing. The pressure for business leaders on being part of the solution to these environmental challenges is increasing. It doesn't stop there. Of course, societal issues, social sustainability issues are relevant. And forgive my poor writing. But the point is that the environment is the larger context in which we all live. It is obvious. We inhabit one planet only. And currently, the way that we live as Americans, as Europeans, uses more of the system than the system provides, the environment provides. And that creates stress on the planet and on society. We have massive migrations happening. They are not only, but also induced by environmental pressures, by bad food harvest, by increasing climate change, by inability of people to create their own businesses, food bases, etc. So they move. In the worst cases, countries are getting flooded. Climate is devastating most of the time. Climate change is devastating most of the time the poorest regions. So there is an interconnection between the environmental challenges and societal challenges. And businesses are asked to respond. How do you respond with immigration, with increased immigration? In Europe, this has been a big issue for a long time. It is and has been in the United States. And it will most likely become one of the biggest issues going forward, how to deal with poverty. How do you assure that people can live a life with dignity? And not only the top, the wealthiest, but everybody. Because what happens in many ways is that people from across the globe with new media, new information technology, understand that there are many people that have a lot, so much so that they throw it away. One of the biggest industries in the United States and Europe is the storage industries. What does that mean? We buy so many things that we don't know where to put them. And so we put them somewhere else, in storage. Are we using them? No. But we don't yet feel that we are ready to throw them away. But that's the second option. More than 90% of each product that is purchased within 6 months lands in trash. When people see this, especially when they are poorer, they feel, well, I want to live like that too. How can I not live like that? And so there's an increasing inability for them to accept the circumstances that they live in. And they want their society to provide certain opportunities as well. Of course, this creates a vicious cycle because the system that we operate in within the current context doesn't allow for more growth because we're already outstripping the ability of the planetary boundaries to support us in many ways. We're using more than the planet can support us with. So critical for businesses is to understand their role in creating solutions for poverty, creating solutions to overcome inequality, creating solutions that are seen as socially and societally legitimate. Because otherwise, we will create systems in which no business can thrive, in which no society can thrive. So these are systemic challenges. They are very difficult to understand, but business leaders at this point of time need to pay attention. They need to learn how their activities connect and are either creating more of the same kind of problems or being part of the solution. Larry Fink's letter points to that as well. There needs to be an increasing awareness of the system-level challenges within business. Now, system-level challenges are not the only ones, unfortunately. We talked about a number of other challenges that are on the level of the organization. We said stakeholders, that includes customers, citizens, employees, possibly too. They don't trust their leaders. They don't trust organizations. They don't trust them very much. Now, which organization can run on being distrusted? Think about it for yourself. Anything in your private life that works in some way, where you collaborate successfully, I would argue depends on trust. That you can trust the word of somebody else to do what they say they will do. That they won't cheat you, that they won't trick you. Anytime that they do, you will typically say, I'm not going to work with you. I feel you abuse me. I cannot trust you. If you have a system where most organizations, including businesses, are seen as not trustworthy, it is very difficult for these organizations to work effectively. And those organizations that are trusted are working a lot better. Customers want to support them, employees want to work for them, investors want to invest in them, suppliers want to supply. So the challenge here is, how can an organization and how can a CEO, a leader, create an organization that is trusted by its stakeholders? Because ultimately, only those type of organizations are going to be effective and efficient. We talked about employee engagement. A big crisis, a big challenge. for current management. These are challenges that potentially are interlinked. One of the biggest challenges, and this is maybe where much of the potential solution comes from, is at the individual level. Like, most people don't feel very satisfied with their life. They're not very happy, not excited. They hate their job. They don't like the organizations they work with. They feel threatened by a system in crisis. Even in the developed world, people are scared. So I would argue that business leaders at this point need to understand how interconnected these challenges are. That individually, they're not very happy and fulfilled and don't flourish. That organizations at the same time are threatened by not flourishing, by not contributing to the common good, not helping individuals flourish, and not helping systems flourish. So my argument here is, in line with Larry Fink and others, we need to rethink what management is and what leadership is. Rather than focusing on making money and increasing profitability, it is becoming a part of the solution to these various system, organizational, and individual level challenges.